God protected Paul and Silas through an earthquake in jail. God helps people protect themselves from earthquakes by giving us the ability to build safely. Today we're going to try to build a castle that could survive an earthquake. We're going to use these materials to test our building and these materials to make an earthquake so that we can test the things we build. So what happens during an earthquake? Yeah, so the ground shakes, sometimes buildings fall, it shifts all around, underneath the ground is shifting, and so all the stuff that we put on top of the ground shifts with it. So it moves around. So this is our earthquake table. And you can see I use 2 pieces of cardboard and really large rubber bands. You can use 2 of anything that's the same size. And I put tennis balls underneath here to make it roll on top of. You could use baking pans or pieces of cardboard box. It needs to be pretty steady, so you could try it with cereal boxes and use something smaller than the tennis balls, but you want this to be pretty sturdy. And this is how it works. So I pull back on the top and you can see it's going to shake. So you might be able to see how this is going to help us test if something can survive an earthquake. So we're going to build with pieces of straw. So I've cut some paper straws in half, and then you just need some dough or modeling clay that you can roll up into little spheres to help you create your castle. You want to start with just kind of a basic cube shape. So you can see I got that started, and now I'm going to finish it up just so you can see how I was doing that. So you kind of roll these in, and I'm going to put this side over here and this side here. So you want your straw pieces, when you cut your paper straws, you want them to be like the same length. Otherwise your building will be a little crooked. You start with 12. So to get your basic cube, you need 12 pieces of straw. I'm going to put it in there and put it in there. So I have my cube. And start by putting this up here onto your quake table. And you can even use this as a variable. You can do larger or smaller earthquakes. So I'll start with a really small one. Oh, and you can see even this side of my building, even this side of my cube came up. Okay, I'm going to do a larger earthquake now. Oh my goodness, not only did it shift all the way up, you can see it started to collapse. Oh, and this is a challenge that engineers have to solve all the time. How could we use additional pieces of straw to make this a sturdier building that would withstand a larger earthquake? So my cube is not very successful. So I need to put something in. Do you have some ideas? What might make the sides a little bit stronger? Would it be stronger if I put 2 here and made a strong column on each corner? Would it be even better if I cut larger pieces of straw and put a little more of my dough and maybe connected the parts diagonally? And then what if I did 2? What if I did 2? What if I made a cross here and a cross here? Would that make mine stronger? Would it help it to withstand this earthquake? So I'm going to even push it down a little bit harder and try again. Oh, but the cube is just not going to work. So that's your engineering challenge. How can you make that cube a stronger shape that's going to withstand the earthquake that you create? So how does this work? What are earthquakes? Why does the earth move? So the earth, the top layer of the earth, is broken into large pieces called tectonic plates. And those plates are constantly moving, very slowly, just a little bit every year, but they're always moving around. And when they bump into each other or slide past each other, it creates an earthquake because the rocks underneath, as they bump into each other or slide past each other or go underneath each other, start to move around. And that's earthquakes. That's when the top layer of the earth starts to move underneath everything that we've built. Now, engineers have found, as maybe you found also, that triangular shapes help to make things stronger. So give that a test if you haven't already, putting some triangular shapes into your design and some crosses into your design, and see if that helps to make it a little bit stronger. So Paul and Silas didn't run away after the earthquake because they knew that the guard or the jailer would get in trouble if they escaped. But they also knew that the guard's deepest need wasn't physical safety, just like our deepest need isn't physical safety, even during an earthquake. God wants us to know that we are known and loved, and that we are invited into a relationship with God who loves us.